術式順天青
Hello everyone, my name is Troy and welcome to Maximum Output Training. Welcome to day 4 of Hypertrophy Upper Day. So on this day, we focus a little bit more on volume, reps, quality of reps, and more so of just trying to build more muscle. So we have a strength day and we have a hypertrophy muscle building kind of dedicated day. And it is actually week 9 or 10 of this pivot training cycle type thing. As I went back on my kind of like my training log, I guess you could say, on my Google Excel sheet of how I do week to week. So that means I'm roughly 9 to 10 weeks from no barbell bench pressing. And it feels like my shoulder has not really improved whatsoever. I also did take like a month off from doing like my shoulder rehab, T-spine mobility stuff to help it get back to where it was before, kind of in a sense. Just because of May was an absolute weird ass month, and then April was kind of wonky as well. So it's just been hurting a little bit more than usual. So yeah, that's a little shoulder update. But anyways, we are working on upper body day. It is a hypertrophy day, so we are trying to build some muscle, and there might be some changes in the program going forward because I'm getting bored of some movements, and it's mostly the back exercises I'm getting more tired of. Probably because I succumbed to, I don't want to say like science-based lifter syndrome, analysis paralysis kind of thing. Just because of fatigue management. It's just more like I've been doing the same movements for so damn long that I kind of want to do something else. Just like in the terms of doing bent over rows or barbell bent over rows and stuff like that. The fatigue on the low back far weighs out the hypertrophy gains you can get for your upper back. So I kind of like avoided doing barbell stuff, bent over rows for like the last like almost 3 months because I wanted to put more emphasis on my back and then instead of pissing off my low back. But since I'm not deadlifting super duper heavy for the last little bit, which may change in the future, I might do some max effort lower stuff, just that in a sense. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, I might change my back movements back to like pen lay rows and bent over barbell rows because I'm getting sick of one arm rows and chest supported rows. So yeah, anyways, we are starting off the first movement with some incline dumbbell press. Last week I did about 55 pounds for sets of 15, which was fine and dandy. I smashed out all 3 sets pretty easily, roughly. The third set was a little bit of a struggle, but we made it. So with that in mind, that I did 3 sets of 15, completed it, I'm going to up the weight just a smidgen, just by 5 pounds. So we're working with 60 pounds today. And since it is a new weight, roughly in the last little bit, I'll be dropping the reps down to about 8 reps and see if I can gun for 10. But yeah, let's get to our first set. Okay, that moved okay. Newish weight, sets of 8, felt okay. I'll probably just sandbag it for a little bit, maybe clean it up in the next few sets and the next few weeks, working with 60 pounds and slowly build my way up. But that really pissed off my elbow. So I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do in terms of like hypertrophy training. I might drop back down to about between 45 and 55 pounds and hammer out more reps than worry about weight, like I've said in the past. But like, if you're hammering out 3 sets of 15, you might as well just up the weight and drop the reps and then slowly build up again. So I don't know. I'll figure something out. I just really don't want to piss off my elbows and my tricep, which is still in its healing process, but no bruising, no wonky stuff lately as I've dropped the weights on everything, but I bumped up the reps a little bit more. And yeah, I just don't want to get hurt even more so. So maybe because my shoulder's not healing properly, it's starting to stem down to my elbows and triceps and starting to piss everything off. So it might just like snap something, but something to keep in mind. So I got a couple more sets. I'm going to stay at 8 reps. And then next week, most likely, I'll do something like 9 to 10 reps. or I'll keep it at 8, just make sure the weight moves a little bit quicker because I can get more in the groove of things. And then I can maybe do in a slight pause and then kind of progress in that way. So I'm not rushing to get my 15 reps and then up the weight, because I really have to like dial back my mentality of once you do this, you have to up the weight to progress. Whereas you can just kind of progress in a way where bar speed moves faster, your form and technique look a lot better. You can do slight pauses, or you can just kind of like progress with reps by 1 every other week. So as long as I'm progressing in that way, in one of those scenarios, I think I'll be okay, and I don't have to up the weight for the next little bit, so I can just find my groove and get better that way. So I got a couple more sets, and I'll catch you for the next exercise. It has been a little bit in real life since I actually hit record on my camera, because I did a few exercises in between the dumbbell incline press to the next exercise I'm about to do. So I did flat dumbbell flies and dumbbell rolling extensions. Those felt pretty good. I'm really trying to hammer out my triceps more with reps versus weight because of my tricep issue that I had a few weeks ago. Still, I'm a little weary of it, but luckily I did not tear it. I think it was just slightly torn. So I'm just playing with volume kind of as I go kind of thing. But I'm like trying to keep the weight a little bit lower, but bumping up the reps so I can still hammer out triceps, but not put so much stress on them that it feels like it's gonna fucking tear off the bone kind of thing. So next exercise on the docket is regular tricep pushdowns. We are doing 50 pounds for sets of 22. Before it was about 70 or 75 pounds for what I remember, but that was a couple weeks ago from what I remember. And I hammered out 2 sets at around 10 to 12 reps. And then my third set, halfway through, I felt something just like, it just died on me, my tricep. And then I'm just like, what the hell happened? And I kind of just like pushed through the pain kind of thing. And then I discovered the morning after the workout, the next morning, sorry, that my tricep was fucking bruised. So I did something to it. So after that, I kind of like dialed back the tricep training in terms of weight and up the reps. So instead of 75 pounds, we're dropping it down to 50, but reps are going up. So we're doing 22 reps, 50 pounds, tricep push downs. If it looks awkward, the angle is because of course, if you're new here, and if you're not new here, this tricep cable lat pull down pulley system that hooks up to the rack is a little bit awkward because the cable is like a weird length, and I have to like angle my body in such a way where I can actually hammer out the muscle I'm trying to work, and it just looks very wonky. So I'm gonna put myself to the side here and hammer these out. 20, 1, 2. Okay, those felt pretty good. I felt like I could probably do 25. If I had like a gun to my head, probably I could have got 30, but I'm still trying to take it easy on my triceps. So I'm kind of sandbagging my training in a way. Not the greatest idea, but also a smart idea so I don't re-hurt myself, because my left side is all kinds of fucked up. And I'm trying to be, or trying to get better, trying to get healthier. So I got to do things kind of within the realm of RIR 4 reps left in the tank. I probably could have got like, I don't know, 8 reps. So I kind of did sandbag, but I'm trying not to really destroy my tricep here. So I'm going to rest a little bit. It sounds, hang on, let me backtrack. It sounds counterproductive, not going within the realm of near failure and keeping so many reps in the tank. But once you're injured, you got to play around with what you can do. So I'm going to do these for another couple sets, and then I'll see you for maybe the second last exercise or the last exercise. Get you for that. Push downs done. Moved on to dumbbell chest supported rows, 75 pounds for sets of 8. Those actually felt pretty decent. I'll probably keep them in rotation for the next little bit, and just kind of like go from there, because they actually felt good. I probably had like maybe 4 reps left in the tank, but for some reason, when it comes to back training, as soon as I hit within the realm of 10 to 12 reps, I just fucking die off kind of thing. It's just, I get super tired and I feel like I just can't go anymore. And especially when it comes to like moderate type weight, not super heavy weights, moderate weight, even light weights, especially like if I go for 15, for some reason, as soon as I hit like 16, 17, 18, I just like, just die off. So I typically like to stay within the 10 to 12 rep range, maybe 15, depending on how I feel, depending on the movement. So like cables and stuff like that, I tend to stay around between 10 to 15 or 12 to 15. And then like free weight stuff is more around the 10, 12-ish range. I don't know, just something between like cables and free weights just like changes, but that's just me. Of course, it's not gonna be for everyone else. So it's like training is catered to one person, not the mass majority. So if we all could do the same thing, I think all of us would be pretty fucking jacked at this point. So dumbbell chest supported rows, done and dusted. Now we on to chest supported or supported lat pull downs, single arm pull downs at 60 pounds for sets of 11. I'm gonna gun for 12 because these have been feeling really good lately. They feel nice on the shoulder, nice on the lats, and I could really get the rep in nicely. So not too sure what I was trying to say there, but let's go for this. Let's do that. 9, 10. Oh, okay. I'm gonna keep it at 11 because that felt just right for me. I got a couple more sets. Those felt really fucking good. Feels nice on the shoulder, feels nice on the lats. That nice stretch, just chef's kiss. I'm really starting to enjoy these. I've had these in rotation for maybe a month or so, maybe 5-ish weeks, so roughly a month. Feeling nice, slowly progressing at them in terms of like reps, and just like with the cable stuff I said earlier, once I hit around 15 reps, I up the weight just a little bit so I can keep progressing on these ever so slowly. Really enjoying these, but not gonna lie, the drawbacks of stuff like this is that it's single arm. So the set lasts longer, which is kind of fucking annoying, but it is kind of like a new exercise in my arsenal because I haven't really attempted these. I've always done the lat pull downs at the gym that was like unilateral, like this, never like chest supported like this. So this is kind of like a little bit new. If you remember like the hammer strength machines where it pulls down, you had like different kind of like grips and stuff like that, where it wasn't entirely like a lat pull down. You could like angle your arms in different ways and it comes down like in a J formation. That's kind of what it replicates because you have a chest support and then kind of lock your legs in place. So it kind of gives you that feel, and you can still do unilateral or do both at the same time. But I'm rambling on here. I got these for a couple more sets. They're feeling really nice. Hopefully I can progress with them, and hopefully with that nice stretch in the lats, it helps my shoulder a little bit, because anytime I do like upper body stuff, especially after I do overhead press or some sort of back movement, my shoulder feels a lot better. So hopefully this helps with mobility and time, and my shoulder starts to feel better. So I got these, like I said, for a couple more sets, and I'll see you for the last exercise. Last and final exercise of the video is dumbbell chest supported lateral raises. And as you can kind of tell, I do a lot of chest supported stuff on the hypertrophy day for upper body day. There is no rhyme or reason. It's just how I programmed it in terms of just like, I don't want to say fatigue management, but also my back takes quite the beating after all the deadlifts I do and the other training on strength day from like compressing of overhead press. So I try to give my low back a little bit of a breather, and a saving grace is chest supported stuff because it focuses mostly on my back versus just trying to like hinge and stuff like that. So it gives my low back a breather, just like I said. So we're working with 20 pounds today for sets of 12 to 15, and I have increased the volume just a little bit by 1 set. So hopefully I can increase more mass in my side delts, maybe, possibly, we'll see. Who knows, maybe I'll be stuck forever at the 20 to 25 pound range for lateral raises. So I got sets of 15 with 20 pounds for lots of sets. 4 sets is like average, I guess you could say. So let's finish strong with this video with this last exercise. 13, 14, 15. Holy fuck. Woo! Holy shit. Those felt fucking great. Luckily I put in another set because I'm gonna hammer the shit out of my shoulders. I had to lower the weight. I was at 25 pounds for sets of 15, but for some reason, like my form was just not there, even though I've smashed 25 pounds in the past for like 10, but as soon as I get to 12 to 15, my arms just fucking die. So I dropped the weight, increased the reps, or try to keep the same amount of reps, but increasing sets. So hopefully with that extra volume and pushing it a little bit harder, I can grow my shoulders. So that's it for the video. I still got dumbbell rear delt flies, but that's fucking boring and I'm like looking the other way. So comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you want some online coaching, there's some stuff in the description below and we can book a 20-minute free fitness consultation and hopefully I can help you on your fitness journey today. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at maximumoutput_training and you can also chat to me there. I upload once a day, every single day, hoping you guys can find some value in my content. And you can also, just like I said, chat to me there and then we can go from there. So enjoy the rest of your weekend because it is a Friday today and I'll catch you guys next week for another training vlog. I'm not too sure what it's going to be, but hopefully you guys enjoy that as well. So I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.